If you're finding yourself overwhelmed, I just want to point out to you that that is most likely the symptom of a good problem to have. And that is that you're experiencing success. Success sometimes at first feels like overwhelm because that means that orders are pouring in, that your phone is ringing, that emails are coming in, that requests are coming from your customers and clients for your product or for your service. That means that they have a need and they're perceiving what you're offering as meeting that need. So, congratulations. That being said, let's not keep you in this overwhelmed state. There are a couple of different reasons why we get overwhelmed as business owners, but one is very simple, and we're going to talk about that right now. The first issue when I have a client who is dealing with overwhelm is to find out what the source of that is. And oftentimes it means that we're saying yes to too many things. I know we love to say yes. We hate to say no a lot of the time if we have a heart for service. And yet there's one simple thing that will help. Ready? It's pretty simple. Get clear on the mission and vision of your business. That means, first of all, the mission, people define these different ways, so I'm going to get it really clear and break it down the way that I define it. Mission is your overall purpose for your business. What is the product or the service that you are offering to your customer or your client? So, for example, let's say that your company or your business makes toothbrush heads for automatic toothbrushes, electric ones. So your mission would be, we make comfortable, deep cleaning toothbrush heads for sparkly, healthy teeth. That would be your mission. That is always your purpose of your business. That's why your business exists. And the problem that you're solving for your customer is helping them to get their teeth shiny and clean when maybe a regular toothbrush is not doing that, or perhaps some of the competition out there is not being as effective. You probably came up with this idea when you were there brushing your teeth and suddenly you thought there's got to be a better way. Or maybe you were using an automatic toothbrush, an electric toothbrush, and you decided that you didn't like the way that it was moving around your mouth and you felt like it wasn't getting a deep clean and you thought, I know what could solve that. Or maybe you heard people talking about it and you were listening, which is the first step to success. Your profit and your revenue come from listening to your customer or to your client. So again, good job. Now, that is your mission. That's the general purpose of your business. Your vision is more specifically, what is the mission of your business as defined in these next couple of years? People will talk about developing a 2 to 5 year plan. That's what your vision is. What is the vision that you have for where your business is moving? So again, maybe you're making the toothbrush heads and that's your industry, that's your purpose and your service that you're offering, but your 2 to 5 year plan would include what specifically are you planning on? What are you targeting within the next 2 to 5 years for those toothbrush heads? Are you expanding into a new market? Are you planning to develop something specific, a new line of products within that? Where specifically are you headed for these next couple of years? So you're taking your mission and you're breaking it down. Okay, that is key. And here is why this is such an important concept. Because as you get clear on what your purpose is, and specifically your purpose of where you're headed in these next couple of years, are you scaling? Are you expanding? Are you developing a new product or a new service? As you get clear on that, then all of a sudden it becomes very clear what you are not doing. So just because there's demand for it doesn't mean you have to provide it, and it doesn't mean you should provide it. Here is one of the things that I see my most successful clients and business owners who I talk with outside of my specific clients. Here's one of the most specific tips that I can give you that I've seen make them successful and make their business successful. Ready? It's niching down, specializing, and cutting out what is not essential. So what is essential? Well, it's taking a step back and thinking, what is it that I am passionate about? What is it that I and my team do really, really well? And the final step of the overlapping Venn diagram is, what is the urgent or pressing need within that my clients or my customers have? If it doesn't meet all three of those criteria, it's going to fall short in some way. If you don't have passion for it, you do it well, and your customers or clients have a need for it, but you don't have passion for it, then you're not going to be able to lead your team in providing an excellent product or service. If you have a passion for it and they have a need for it, but you don't do it well, that's going to be for somebody else. Kind of the obvious one, but sometimes we forget. We get sucked into just trying to help, and we forget that that's really just not our forte. Again, if we are passionate about it and we do it well, but there's not really any need, and specifically as I'm listening to my customer, as I'm listening to my client, or if I don't have that already, going and doing market research to find out what the actual needs are, then I am totally missing out on that opportunity. And that opportunity right there in the middle of those three overlapping sections is where true success lies. Okay, so what is it that it enables you to do once you get really clear on your mission and vision? Well, you know what to say yes to and where you're moving, because you're moving into your future. And as you do that, you're going to need time to focus on that. You and your team are going to need time, and you're going to need to be able to build up momentum. So you're going to have to start saying no to things. I had a client this past week who had this awesome breakthrough. And her situation was that her organization used to have this certain event that they would put on. And they did it every year. It was part of what they just, said yes to because they thought that this was part of what they needed to do in order to serve. And yet they didn't have joy in it. They kind of felt like it was just one more thing that was taking them away from their real goals. And once we had worked through the visioning portion, especially getting clear on the mission and vision of their organization, I came back this next week, and as we were talking over, what have you been thinking about this past week? What have you been working on? We started to get into upcoming events, and she all of a sudden said, oh, that one's no longer on the list. I asked, okay, well, what happened? She said, I realized that that's no longer part of our mission and vision, and so I said no. She had this look of complete satisfaction on her face because she all of a sudden knew that she was moving her organization in the direction that it needed to go toward its future so they could serve their ideal client and customer well. She was leading her organization in niching down and specializing in what they do well. And in the process, she was saying no to things that no longer fall within the purview of that. And the lightness and the joy on her face was worth $1 million. So that's my question for you. What are you saying no to? And how do you know what to say no to so that you can say yes? And that's the question that I would invite you to get clear on. What is the mission for your business? It sounds like this, kind of term that everybody says, oh, you have to have your mission so that you can put it on your website. No, you have to have your mission so that you know what it is that you are focusing in on and what you are leading your business into, and the vision as the specific next steps. Leave me your comments down below. I would love to hear from you. Where are you taking your business in its next steps? And what is the purpose of your business overall? Where have you gotten to say yes to things that you would have had to just leave off your plate because you were too overwhelmed before? And now all of a sudden you're finding yourself being able to cut away things that are just weighing you down or holding you back, that are creating drag on your business and on yourself, and being able to lighten up to say yes to the things that you're passionate about, to say yes to the things that you love and that your customers and clients have a real need for. So leave me your comments down below. I'd love to create a dialogue going on back and forth between us. And speaking of, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so that you can know the next time I put out a video like this. Let's keep this conversation going. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.